Hello, everybody. This is Benjamin Bruton. My lesson is on B.E.F, which is a basketball term. B.E.F means balance, eyes, elbow, and follow through. My identifying information is it's 7th grade lesson. It's physical education, which is the subject, and it's going to be 30 to 45 minutes throughout the class. The materials you're going to need is obviously a basketball court. You're going to need basketballs, you're going to need cones, and you're going to need a hoop. The Florida standards of this is P.E.E.F.C.2.5, which is detect errors and movement patterns. Another one is P.E.E.F.C.2.1, which is understand the importance of purposeful movement. And the third one would be P.E.4.5.1.9, which is perform teacher designed sequence with or without manipulatives while demonstrating coordinations and clear shapes. On to the next one. The objective is, by the end of this lesson, I want students to know how to shoot the basketball with the correct form. A lot of times you see students shoot it from their chest. A lot of times you see them just throw it at the basket. And I just don't want that anymore. You don't want anybody breaking the baskets, hurting themselves, or anything like that. So the best thing is to have the correct form and the correct way to do it. So another objective is students will be able to identify the acronym B.E.E.F so that they are able to remember the steps of shooting a basketball properly. So it's always an acronym you can use to remember things. North, south, east, west. PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So B.E.F is just another one so you can learn to shoot. Teaching strategy. I'm gonna break down the steps of B.E.F and the reason for each one so that the kids will have an understanding. The entire class will be taught this at once, so it's going to be a whole group together, the whole class together. After instruction, I'm going to break it down into two groups so that each group has a basketball goal and to practice strategy on the goals. As a teacher, I'm going to walk around and monitor them, obviously, to make sure they're doing everything right, critique anything that they may be doing wrong, to ensure that they're grasping the information. So we're going to start off with the warm-up, which is our daily run. We're going to run half of the gym for around 2 minutes, run the baseline and walk the sideline. Start off with a series of questions about prior knowledge of basketball and just introduce them to the concept. My initial demonstration, I'm going to model it, show them how to do it. If I don't know how to do it, then I can't expect them to know how to do it. So I have to show them how to do it so they can get visual learners and things like that. Okay. I'm going to ask a few questions for them. First few questions like, who's your favorite basketball player? What is your favorite basketball team? What does the B stand for in B.E.F? What does the E stand for in B.E.F? Where should their eyes always be? And where does your foot go to be balanced? This goes back to things that I'm teaching in the lesson. Because this just goes back to what I'm teaching in the lesson, basically. My assessment is going to be at the beginning of my formative assessment is going to be at the beginning of the class, just asking prior experience about basketball and just the knowledge of shooting a basketball, and having a couple of them demonstrate just to see what I can critique and where they need to be at from where they're coming from to where they need to be at. Summative assessment is going to be, I'm going to model and have an explanation Well, have them model and have them explanation so I can see where they've gotten. This is going to be at the end, obviously. I'm going to ask them to perform the steps of B.E.F and seeing if they're doing it correctly. I really don't care if they make the shot, because at times the making the shot is about skill more than the technique. My modifications with for ESC is going to be smaller baskets just to help performance. You know, some kids may not be able to reach the basket with the ball. For ESOL, if they don't understand what I'm saying, I'm just gonna do a better job modeling. Just constantly modeling, showing them how to do it, what they're doing wrong, tell them what they're doing wrong, and just fix it. And this is related to my thematic strand. It's a physical education lesson, obviously. It's a part of my monthly plan. My first monthly plan is August, and it's basketball. So it's just something that I'm doing throughout. And yeah, so this lesson is going to be in the thematic strand. So yeah. And that's just it. That's to close my lesson.